If someone watched how you showed up this week, what would they say is your legacy? Hey y'all, my name is Dr. Eleanor Conje and welcome back to On the Couch with Dr. Elly. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about legacy. This is the theme for ETK Leadership Solutions in 2025, and we're building up right now to ETK Leadership Weekend happening from September 11th through 13th right here in Geneva. And the theme for that weekend is, yes, you've guessed it, legacy. So what is legacy? We talk a lot about this theme, this keyword. We talk a lot about this concept called legacy, but what is it exactly? The way that we define it at ETK is legacy is the intentional process of you owning the kind of aroma that you want to leave behind long after you have left the room. So what is the aroma that you want to leave behind? What are the conversations that are being had about who you are and the life that you have lived, the life that you are living as a person? That is your legacy. Legacy is not something that you build at the end of your life. Legacy is the intentional practice of owning who you are, of ensuring that you embody the best of who you are every single day, so that at each and every single moment, you are leaving behind the aroma that is in alignment with who you are as a person. So you don't wait until you are older. You don't wait until the end of your life to start building your legacy. Your legacy is now. Your legacy is every single day. Your legacy is how you are showing up and how much of yourself you're choosing to show every single day. The most important thing for me to share about legacy is that it is an intentional and conscious process. You're not going to live in alignment with the core of who you are, with your values, with your mission, with your vision, if you are not intentional about it and you are not conscious about it. So you got to understand that who you are becoming is at the heart of your legacy. It is about the process of how you are living your life every single day. So what are the choices that you're making? And what are people saying about who you are based on the impact that you're making on a daily basis? The becoming of who you are is critical in building your legacy. It is about the journey that you're on, the journey that you're in this particular moment in time, and not the journey that you are looking forward to. Every day matters. Every second counts. Therefore, if every day matters and every second counts, how are you making it count for yourself? How are you making it count for your family, for your community, for your country, for your world? That is what legacy is all about. So you got to make sure that in knowing what legacy is, you are also conscious about your becoming. You're conscious that every decision you make and how you live on a daily basis is part of how you're building your legacy. To put it very simply, when we talk about intentional living as a leadership practice, we're also really referring to this notion of legacy that I am explaining here. So as you take ownership of your everyday life, as you live intentionally as a person, it is a leadership practice. It is a self-leadership practice, and it is a leadership practice based on whatever it is that you're building in your life. So you want to remember that legacy is about you taking ownership. It is about you shaping the story that you want to be told about the life that you live. It's about you understanding that at every single moment in time, you are leaving behind an aroma. It is up to you to determine what that aroma is on a daily basis. I love the conversation about legacy because for me as a person, it allows me and it empowers me every single day to remember that I am here in the service of other people. I am here to share knowledge, to share the tools and resources that my community needs, that the women around me need, that my students need to be able to live the best of who they are. That is my purpose. Therefore, in being conscious about the aroma that I'm leaving behind, I'm having a conversation with myself on a daily basis, or at least as much as I can, to ask myself, how am I showing up in alignment with my calling, in alignment with my purpose, in alignment with the aroma that I want to leave behind long after I have left the room. I find that extremely encouraging because it means that on a daily basis, it is in my power, it is in my capability to determine how I show up and the impact that I have on others based on those decisions. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you to join us as we count down to ETK Leadership Weekend, happening from September 11 through 13 right here in Geneva. We're going to be talking about your legacy as a leader, as a woman leader. In times that are so challenging for most, how do you rewrite the story of your life? How do you go back into moments of reflection and moments of quietness where you get to shift intentionally so that even as your life looks different and the unfolding sometimes is uncertain, you are so grounded in who you are. You're so grounded in your purpose, in your mission, in your legacy, that you create the future that you so desire for yourself. So join us. Follow us right here on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Follow us as well on TikTok as we bring you different elements and different tenets of this notion of legacy so that you are empowered as a person to intentionally live your life, building your future, knowing that it is in your power to make decisions every single day that are in alignment with who you are as a person. So once again, if people were to watch you this week, what would they say is your legacy? Be intentional about it, and I will see you next time. You have been watching On the Couch with Dr. Ellie. Make sure to subscribe. Until next time.